Revelation 1408. From the 3rd of May 1940. Premature destruction. Freeing the spiritual. A boundless confusion of thought lets the evils prevail, which are based on greed and lust for power. And the commandment of love is completely disregarded. The demon has taken hold of the world. Everything is greedy for possessions and does not shy away from cunning and trickery in order to obtain them. These are not honest endeavors that man pursues. There is nothing righteous before God, and God can never give his blessing to what the world strives for. For the world only strives for earthly power, prosperity and possessions. And all this is part of the evil, and therefore man also only uses the evil means of violence, lies, hypocrisy and deception. But God's will is to serve one another in love, not to demand anything, not to force anything, but to ask and to give. People should live in peace alongside each other and use their earthly existence to care for their souls. But how can the soul be thought of, if man lives only to gain earthly goods? He uses all his strength to increase the matter which he is supposed to overcome, and deprives the soul of this strength, which it needs for higher development. The enormous misery of the soul is still increased by illegal possession of earthly property, if it is acquired in an unlawful way. For the spiritual in such matter rebels against the souls which unlawfully take possession of it. For the spiritual feels all injustice, and its indignation oppresses man's soul, although it does not become clearly conscious thereof. Moreover, also the immature spiritual, which was set free during violent destructions, which are not wanted by God, will join this indignant spiritual in matter and therefore likewise burden the soul. Therefore, unlawfully appropriated goods will never bring blessings to those who disregarded the divine commandment of love and sinned against it out of self-interest and greed. God has given to every work of creation his time to bring to maturity the spiritual which is hidden in it. All human measures aiming at a violent premature destruction of it for selfish reasons are to be condemned, because they result in release of the spiritual in an immature state, which has a damaging effect on man, if God does not protect his own from its influence. In a certain period of time, this influence will make itself felt until the immature spiritual is banished again into a new outer form and this again be offered the possibility of maturing. But the soul of the one who has caused such an interruption through unkindness, will have to pay hard for it one day, because its development is inhibited and often even completely questioned. It does not use its earthly time for higher development, but only to increase the earthly, to the increase of that what has held him spellbound through endless times. The soul does not redeem itself from it, but it desires it anew, and this is its spiritual decline. Amen.